So what do the Fountain of Youth and sour orange pie have in common? Well, both are connected to Spanish explorer Ponce de Leon. Now, oranges weren't native to the Americas until de Leon brought them to Florida in 1521. I was about 10 years old at that point. Of course, he was there on a quest to find the Fountain of Youth. So here's the question. Will eating our recipe for sour orange pie make you any younger? Well, I'm not saying that, but I'm not saying that either. What say you?
No pressure.
No pressure at all.
I can't tell you that we're going to recreate the Fountain of Youth here, but I will tell you that we're going to make a really great pie.
I have full faith in Christie that she's going to make a stupendous pie here, and maybe we'll just feel younger.
I think we'll feel pretty good.
All right. That's all I need at this point.
All right, well, northern Florida's sour oranges are way too tart to eat right off the branch. So locals squeeze the juice and then put it into a sweet, creamy, custard-like base that they bake into a crumb crust. So we're gonna start with the crust.
All right.
Now, Florida's other famous pie, key lime pie, starts...
The other famous pie.
The other famous one. It starts with graham crackers. But we wanted something a little sweeter to put in the crust to balance out that really sour, tart flavor in the filling. So we started with animal crackers. I have 5 ounces of animal crackers and 3 tablespoons of granulated sugar and just a pinch of salt.
Always a good idea.
Yes. We're going to process these into fine crumbs.
Okay.
And that'll take about 30 seconds. Okay, that looks about right. So now I'm adding 4 tablespoons melted, unsalted butter. Now we're just gonna pulse this about 8 times, just until everything is well combined.
Okay.
I'll just put this in my 9-inch pie plate.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna use the bottom of a dry measuring cup to press the crust so that it gets really nicely packed. So it's helpful to get the bottom flattened out first, and then sort of push those crumbs to the edges to make sure that we have nice, sturdy walls.
Such a good idea using the measuring cup, too, because it really does tamp it down.
It does, and you don't have weird indentations from your fingers. It gets nice and even. And then you can use the side of the cup, and I like to use my finger to kind of guide the lip. All right, now this is done. Now I'm gonna bake this on the middle rack of a 325-degree oven until it's fragrant and just starting to brown, and that's gonna take 12 to 14 minutes.
Okay.
And then we're gonna let it cool to room temperature on a wire rack. So now we can work on our filling.
Okay.
And the filling is actually where we started to run into some problems. This is a sour orange.
This is a sour orange.
Yes.
I've never seen one before this moment, and this looks like a huge lime. And it's really hard, too.
It's very hard. It's not nearly as juicy as sweet oranges. And unless you live in northern Florida or have access to a really great Latin American grocery store, you're probably not going to find them.
We wanted something we could count on finding.
Exactly.
Okay.
It makes making the pie much easier.
Yes, it does.
We started with sweet oranges, which of course gave us good orange flavor, but not much tartness. So we started pairing it with different citrus until we hit lemons. It was nice and tart, but it overshadowed the flavor of the orange, which led us to orange juice concentrate. And our favorite frozen orange juice concentrate is made by Minute Maid.
And you know you can count on finding these ingredients anywhere.
Right. We're starting with a base that's very similar to key lime pie.
The other pie.
Exactly. So this is 1 can or 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. That's going to give us a nice, sweet, creamy base. And now I have 4 large egg yolks. Those are going to add some richness, some structure, and help make the pie really nice and sliceable once it's baked. Now I'll add my 6 tablespoons of orange juice concentrate. And here's our 6 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Equal amounts.
Exactly.
I can remember that.
But not equal intensities. I have 2 teaspoons of lemon zest.
Tons of flavor in the zest.
But I'm only adding 1 teaspoon of orange zest because it tends to be a little more bitter. And then the last ingredient is just a pinch of salt. So I'm just gonna whisk this together. Smells like sunshine and summer and happy things.
Sunshine and lollipops.
All right, just transfer this to my baked crust.
That looks so beautiful.
It's so simple. Now I'm just gonna bake this in the same 325-degree oven for 15 to 17 minutes.
Oh, it's so pretty. It's puffed up a little bit.
It has, and it smells so good. Now, you'll know when it's done, when the center has fully set, but there's still a little jiggle when you wiggle it.
There is a little jiggle when you wiggle it.
Exactly. So it hasn't dried out, so we won't see any cracking on the top. It'll just be nice and smooth.
So how long do we have to wait?
First, we need to let this cool to room temperature, and then we have to put it in the refrigerator, and that's going to take about 3 hours.
I will wait for sour orange pie.
It'll be worth it. We're just going to make a really easy whipped cream topping.
Fast and easy.
So I've got 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream in my chilled bowl. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, and then just a ½ teaspoon of orange zest. And I'll just whisk this together. This is such a small amount that it just seemed easier to do it by hand.
Okay.
So we're just going to beat this to stiff peaks, and that'll take somewhere around 3 minutes. You've been so patient. Let's move over to this pie. Put you out of your misery.
Thank you. Oh, look at that. Ooh.
We'll just add a little dollop of whipped cream on top.
All right, let's take a look at this. I mean, that's sliced beautifully, absolutely. And you can see the orange flecks right in there.
Mm-hmm.
Super happy.
It's just such a great blend of sweet and tart.
This is one of my very favorite pies is lemon meringue pie. I usually order it, and I usually have it as my birthday cake, actually, instead of cake. This has just shoved lemon meringue pie off of my birthday table.
It's really complex, and I love that little bit of lemon that you get in the crumb crust.
Mm-hmm. This is bright and creamy and perfect in every single way. It's the Mary Poppins of pie.
So you like it?
Not much.
Okay.
Christy, thank you 1,000 times over. All right, move over key lime and lemon meringue for that matter. There is a new Florida pie in town. Start by making a sweet animal cracker crust. Add eggs and sweetened condensed milk for a rich, creamy base. Then recreate North Florida's tart oranges using a mix of lemon juice and orange juice concentrate with both lemon and orange zest. Bake and then chill and top with an orange zest accented whipped cream. And there you have it from Cook's Country, an authentic and foolproof recipe for sour orange pie. And you can find this recipe and all the recipes from this season, along with our tastings, testings, and selected episodes at our website, cookscountry.com. I think we should change it to cookscountry.sourorangepie. Thanks for watching Cook's Country from America's Test Kitchen. So what'd you think?
Leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or just say hi.
Now you can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
Alligator.